How was your week?
um, it was eventful. It was an eventful week. First and foremost, thank you to everybody who has been purchasing tickets to Sunday on a Monday. You know, I'm like niggas want to come out on a Monday for me. That's crazy. I'm so grateful.
Mhm.
We are almost sold out. There are only a few tickets left as of we are recording this. I don't know what this is going to look like in a and whenever this comes out, but
Mhm.
as of right
Mhm.
now, we just have a few tickets left, and we're on our way so that I can feed you all real good. Um, Speaking of feeding really good, let me see. Should I share
Mhm.
this first, or should I get you on up? I'll come back with other updates. So anyway, I flew back this morning as we are recording this episode from Cleveland,
Dedication, hard
Ohio.
work.
Le-
Yeah.
Community, okay, as I keep
Mhm.
preaching, okay, community is not just who's right in front of us. So flew back this morning. I was in Cleveland, Ohio with Campaign Zero, along with
Mhm.
many other amazing volunteers. We all came together. Shout out to DeRay and Campaign Zero. Shout out to Jaron. Shout out to everybody who had a part in organizing this. We went to the Cuyahoga Juvenile Detention Center in Cleveland for spring
Mm.
break to spend. I didn't to spend the week, so there it was a week organized, but volunteers did different days. So I did 2 days, and some people did the full week. Some people did 3 days, one day. People did what they could, but there was multiple workshops at the juvenile detention center during spring break, so that the youth them had programming and activities, you know what I'm saying, which is what they deserve, no matter
Yeah.
what the circumstances are. Our youth deserve to continue to be curious. They deserve to continue to utilize their brains and their talents and their creativity and their intention and so many things in different ways, okay. And so they pulled together a bunch of different volunteers with different backgrounds to do different workshops. So we had Angel from the Spice Suite did a workshop. Hassan Minaj came and did something with the kids. We had somebody come who did painting canvases with the kids. They did. You had a photographer and director who showed them how she sets up her photo shoots, like how she plans them, and then essentially had them do that with magazine clippings, and like then it kind of turned into vision boards. And then it was so many different ones. And then I did podcasting, but the
Mm.
podcasting, how to kind of create your own podcasting. But it was dope because it ended up being much bigger than that, and we really got to thinking about a topic and then really breaking that down into how you can really fully form that topic. And so that helped them to like put intention into their thoughts. It led to a bunch of amazing conversations. When I tell you, I had such a connection with those boys. The other volunteers
Mhm.
were like, yo, well, at one point they had put me in a classroom by accident, and then they were like, oh, we already had this class, so we're gonna have to take you to another one, and we're gonna swap you out. And when the other young man came in, the boys were like, "Nah, man, come on, no, we want Jay back. Like, stop." And I was like, "I love y'all, but I gotta go. And you make sure you respect him. Do you hear me? You don't be out here with no bullshit. Listen to what he has to say." So they like
That's
I had
awesome.
we had some good conversation. I did a whole lesson on reframing female. You know what I'm saying? Female, like,
Oh
nigga, the
yeah.
way female was pew 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 pew,
Yeah.
and I was like, so
Yeah.
every time I'd be like, female what? Snakes, turtles,
Yeah.
cats, dogs. They'd be like, women, miss, women, Jade. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay,
Exactly.
and I'd reframe them in that. We talked about misogyny. I taught them about genocide. I taught them about Palestine. I taught them about how
Mhm.
their struggles are connected to world struggles. They might come up with a topic like basketball, and then it turned into a whole conversation about how they're not that good at basketball, but basketball is their outlet or their release for this. And one talked about
Mhm.
his insecurity. Like, it was amazing
Mhm.
conversations that we had. Um, and the title of this episode is a promise that I made to one of the pods. I was like, I will call this episode Free 4B, because they said I was like 4B was the pod, And so they was like, Jay, you got free 4B. And I was like, all right, that's what it is. So in honor of one of my pods, this episode is called Free 4B. So I will show y'all pictures and stuff when they come. I don't usually do the pictures of the volunteer stuff, but this was like, I feel good and I can't wait to go back and do this. And I want other people to do this. And you know what I'm saying? I want them to be highlighted. And like, I really am, I feel so full from the experience. So
Oh.
yeah, I feel very full from me and the youth them connected. And apparently some of the other volunteers will walk in and they'd be like, are you scared? I walked in every time. I'd be like, "Good morning," and when I get many of them back, I'd be like, "Good morning." I was like, "I'm Jake. I'm here. I'm visiting from Brooklyn. I am." We're gonna talk about podcasting, but before we get into that, I'll be like, "I want your names and your signs." And they were like, "Oh, what kind of
Yeah.
type of time is this bitch on?" So,
Yeah.
and guess what? Every one of them little niggas was happy to highlight their signs. They'd
Good.
be like, I'm DeMarcus, I'm an Aquarius. And we'd have a whole conversation and it was a great icebreaker. And it was a really, really awesome experience. Yeah.
Wow.